Alrighty, hello and welcome back. Finally getting to this fantastic Dino Stream Classic. A very straightforward list. Hopefully all you guys have been, I don't know, itching with excitement perhaps. Getting back into it. Trying to find the right rhythm with my daughter and my son. Figuring that out. Of course, it's going to get better as he gets older a little bit, and I still might be, well, sporadic. More sporadic than I would like doing this. Of course, I always love doing it every night, and I hope to get back to every night eventually. I'm always playing it, always refining, tweaking, doing some stuff here and there. I don't really play much else still. Mostly it's Arena on my phone, but tonight is again focused. You may have seen the intro that I did for this list, but if that's not the case, or if you're just catching this later on, right now, whenever it is, yeah, I don't really care about anything specifically with this list. Marauding Raptor and Otepec Huntmaster for that cost reduction. Makes sense. It's all dinos basically. We have Giant Cindermaw 4 of this because I seem to be facing a lot of Celestia Angels. It's weird. Don't know what it is. Haven't faced them really at all for the past couple weeks, and then all of a sudden the past day, a lot of this. Then Wayward Swordtooth for that ramp, potentially playing extra lanes a turn. Topiary Stomper ramping nice and safely. Kiora. There's another copy of Kiora, basically as a 5th copy of Garruk's Uprising. Pretty much. And it ramps as well, which is quite nice. And then Shifting for Regisaur, for Ghalta. Pretty much the best thing that dinos can do. There is 24 creatures that are at least 4 power that trigger Garruk's Uprising, which is pretty darn fantastic. That is, closing in almost on half. It would be nice to get up to half of the creatures, but that might be pushing it a little bit too much. It really has seemed to have done the trick. Cutting Gwenna, it has been sad to cut Gwenna, but it really felt like I should do something that cares about power 4 or greater. Gwenna, the 5 power, yeah, absolutely fantastic, but the 4 power really does seem to be a lot better to abuse and really make best use of. Of course, with the Cindermaw and Topiary and Regisaur, all those, it is just lovely. Otherwise, it's some fantastic lands. We got 7 basics because there is the 4 Topiary Stompers and Thunderherd Migration combined. Now, if there is some list where Otepec Huntmaster is going to die easily to stuff, I'll just take that out, slap in Thunderherd Migration. So if I do have 8 things, including Topiary, that want a basic land, really want a ton of those, because less than 7, really, there has been quite a few times where there's nothing to grab, unfortunately. If I go down to 6 or 5, I tried 4, but that was not a good mix with Topiary and Thunderherd. So that's why we got a bunch more tonight. Castle Embereth, that's been doing fantastic. Hey, ramps, we need some sources of red. Late game, I mean, hey, we could have 8 lands, 2 of these, and we could activate both Castle Embereth to just power things up. This thing has been the deciding factor, actually, quite a few times. I love it. No brainer. I got lots of creatures, let's just make them bigger. And it's not dead, just play it. Boom. Lovely. Plaza of Heroes, I still got 2 copies. I may not really need that. The only legendary creature I do have is Ghalta. Previously I was playing a bunch of other different legendary things, so I might cut Plaza of Heroes. I might even cut Regisaur Raptor with in the sideboard here. Of course, 4 power would draw us a card off Garruk's Uprising, but Garruk's alone seems to be enough draw that I may not even need this, even though there's lots of aggressive stuff going around in Explore. Mono red, Boros Heroic, if we get a chance against Boros Heroic, that is nasty and very, very scary. Otherwise, straightforward, simple. We got Carnage Trench, if we want a little bit more of a sticking, hard to deal with threat. Trying out Avabreck Caretaker tonight. I may cut this as well, but as you can see, it's also got 4 power, hexproof. I love this. Make everything bigger. Everything's going to have trample with Garruk's Uprising, so of course that should be pretty much lethal. Maybe 1 or 2 cycles of the Hollow Henge Huntmaster, putting 2 1/1 counters on each creature we control. That's pretty devastating and nasty and scary, just like that art. Alright, well, you know what the game plan is. No funny business tonight, no wacky combos that we're trying out. Straightforward, pretty linear, fair, absolutely. I do miss the Lich Dino with Gwenna playing Asrak the Archlich just over and over again, winning on the spot eventually. That was pretty satisfying. And really any other creatures, because Gwenna can tap for mana of any color to help play stuff. So if I am splashing for that 3rd color, or with 4 colors, 5 colors even, it is quite consistent. Hey Ben, how's it going? How's it going? Long time no see, no talk. The first to join, well, the first to chat, I should say. I was mentioning, happy to get back to this. So, not so happy to be facing Mono Blue Spirits to start. Mono Blue Spirits on the play, they're going to probably do us in if they get Curious Obsession. Okay, no, that's okay. We're good. We're good. We got a bit of time. At least we will be able to play Marauding Raptor. They're tapped out, so you always got to look on the positive side of things. Usually I'm not able to get Marauding. The fact they didn't stop it means we may get Shifting Ceratops next turn. That might be it for them. They goofed up. They didn't know what we were all about, of course. Otherwise they would have stopped Marauding. They might bounce it with Fading Hope. 1 blue. If we can land the shifting, we might be okay here. Oh gee, I wonder if they've got a counter spell. Nuts. Hopefully it's no Ether Gust. I wouldn't expect Ether Gust to start off with. Usually that's the sideboard, or it's in the sideboard. 1 in the blue, instant speed, return target, red or green spell to the top or bottom of its controller's library. I'm pretty sure something like that. Hey, that's all right. Hopefully you have a good night. Thanks for passing by. Man, I'm just happy I got shifting on turn 3. That's definitely, yeah, not something I expect. But they do have Faithless Haven, or Faceless Haven. We're going to have to watch out for that. Of course, it does have 4 power, so it can trade with the Shifting Ceratops. Might just play it safe. Try for Topiary Stomper. I think if anything, the most they could make us spend is an extra 2, so we still probably can resolve Topiary Stomper. Oh, nuts. That's alright, that's alright. We'll go with Marauding Raptor, see if that draws out another counter spell. So it seems like they may not have it. Hard to say. But I think we got a good chance here. I don't think we should be dead. 10 is kind of scary, especially if they do have a lord of some kind. Faceless Haven would be 4, 8. We'll see. We'll see. It's going to be scary. Shifting takes them down to possibly 2. If they want to trade with Shifting, they would of course hold most of their mana back for Faceless Haven. Aha, I think that's it. Hey, hopefully you're doing well, JDX. Yes, family is doing well. It has been a few days, yes. Yes, he is, yeah, he's doing good. Doing good. Counter this. I'd rather them counter Garruk's Uprising instead of Regisaur Alpha. We'll see. We want to draw something out. Sleep. Actually, I bet you played... you probably played Magic the Gathering for 10 hours straight, both days, all over the holidays, I bet. Yeah. It was probably that. I imagine Shakugeist wants to try and tap something. It can't tap shifting, of course, because you can't target it. Good luck. Protection from blue. This is... Well, Shifting Ceratops itself is a fantastic body, but on the off chance I do face Mono Blue Spirits, which is probably the first time in, well, I don't know when. A long time. But I do think I have to hold things back. If I wanted to attack with Marauding, 4, 6... Yeah, gotta hold everybody back, unfortunately. Baby Fever still going super strong. That's good. That's good. You got slammed yesterday. That's not good. "12 shots. All right, all right. That's that does seem like quite a bit, I must say. But this Curious Obsession is not going to do a whole lot for them. Of course, we can put Reach on Shifting. Sneaky Reach right here. They're gonna cry. Definitely. Attack with that Wanderer. I dare ya. Yeah, they're feeling pretty bad about themselves right now. They won't make this mistake again. Fortunately, this is just the best case scenario, being able to take out the Mausoleum Wanderer. Whew, beautiful. That is why you use Shifting Ceratops. Oh, my goodness. The last 2 drinks were mixed drinks. Oh, interesting. I'll try anything, just to be a gracious guest whenever I am anywhere. If anybody offers me something, I'll give it a try. But we do want stuff that can't be countered, certainly. I'm looking forward to Carnage Tyrant. Probably could cut Ghalta. Now let's cut Ghalta. 3 copies. Yeah, well, we got her done. Even being on the draw against Mono Blue Spirits, scary. If we didn't have Shifting Ceratops, of course, we would have lost. Guaranteed. They're going to have Ether Gust, though, so we're going to have to watch out. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. Sometimes you face Ether Gust after Ether Gust, back to back. And that happened to me in a tournament a month or 2 ago. The Pizza Box Explorer Tournament. Scary, scary stuff. In-laws, of course, good stuff. Always the best. Hey, hopefully you had good food and good company. I've had some pretty good food. Looking forward to having good food coming up for New Year's. That's where it's at. We'll try and get something resolved. I imagine I'll have some sort of counter spell for Huntmaster. At the very least, we do have 2 of them. They're probably scared about what we did. Nothing fancy. I've made a lot of food. We stayed home the past few days just because my wife wasn't feeling well. And we got some appointments to do in town here, but looking forward to going down and doing stuff for New Year's. It's going to be good. I made tater tots. Made quite a bit of tater tots. What else? Egg whites. Various things. We were snowed in here with all that snow that we had. Man, that was a crazy amount. My goodness. Now the question, no, they shouldn't be able to counter something for 1. So we should be able to get off Wayward. I like Wayward Swordtooth. Just because I have 2 lands in hand. If I only had 1 land in hand, of course I would have gone Topiary Stomper because there's the potential Wayward really wouldn't have been able to play extra lands a turn. But, oh my goodness. Either way, we got to do something quick. We're probably dead, unfortunately. Especially if we don't get something with reach. 2. Let me see. Does it get flying the first time? 4. 7. Yeah, we'll go Huntmaster plus Topiary Stomper, even though that's probably it. We'll get to a total of 7, so we would be able to attack with Topiary eventually. We can attack with Wayward, of course we'll do that. We can't block with Wayward, and we just hope we'll live. Hey, that's all good. Sometimes you do what you gotta do. It is nice that people want to take care of you, though, for sure. Yeah, that definitely tends to do it. Back-to-back rattle change, just a bunch of cheap stuff, and it's flying, and I don't have enough things with reach. Don't really have any interaction, of course. Really didn't expect a Spirits matchup. Again, I haven't faced it in gotta be weeks. Just crazy. I don't have any ale or cider. I do like... I like ciders. Pretty much any cider. Ale, unfiltered, lagers, stouts, whatever it's called. The thicker the better, 10%, whatever it is. I just like the natural flavors. I like seeing how everything compares to everything else. Trying something at least once, of course, just to, I don't know, get a taste for it. Haven't really tried anything I don't like yet, except peach schnapps. Schnapps? Whatever it is. Very syrupy and tasted fake. It was weird. Can't explain it. Hard to say. I usually like peach stuff in general, though. Ooh, this is getting interesting. 2 Garruks. Hopefully, we can get Topiary Stomper off next turn. See how much they're holding up. I may just try and get a Garruk's down and burn the counter spell that... Oh, they got one. Oh my goodness, that is a lot of Ascendant Spirits. Certainly not what I expected. However, Topiary Stomper it is. Well, it is another Sheltered Thicket. We didn't have 3 anyways to play Garruks. Certainly keeping that Huntmaster. Especially if they sink some mana into these Ascendant Spirits. I want to potentially attack with Regisaur Alpha next turn. If we can get Regisaur down and attack with both it and the token. Oh boy. I think that's going to be good. Yeah, well, this is looking pretty sweet. If we had a sweeper, I mean, that would just... we would win. Big time. Oh, shifting. Okay. Well, definitely, we're free and clear to play Regisaur Alpha, so that's certainly what we should be doing. Of course, if they weren't tapped out, I probably wouldn't have done that. But this should be maybe enough aggression. We'll see. They could have a Lord in hand, but these Ascendant Spirits are still pretty weak on the ground. If they had a Lord already, things probably, that would have been rough. For sure. Okay, no, that's understandable. Attack with maybe both of those Ascendant Spirits, and I think we'll still be able to get it done. We could play anything, again, pretty much. Maybe they attack with that Spectral Sailor, but oh. So they'll tap the Ascendant Spirit and that Shacklegeist, probably to tap down Regisaur Alpha, which still isn't bad. We would get to almost attack with Carnage Trout. Would have been nice, but this is what we're doing. They would take 8 after the Spirit and the Shacklegeist are tapped. Actually, 9 if I wanted to attack with Huntmaster. Now, let's see. All right, good stuff. Oh, I'm glad you appreciate it. Buttery, as ever. Yeah, hopefully you get some good rest. Well, I try to get as much rest as possible when I can get it. I guess that would be it. 6. Yeah, that tends to do it. Not quite fast enough, unfortunately. Yeah, that's how it goes. At least we did take a game from Mono Blue Spirits. If we would have seen another Shifting Ceratops, that would have been nice. Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to say. Maybe in another life, perhaps, you might get that chance. We never know. Parallel universe. Some people think there's an infinite number of parallel universes, with each one being a decision you could have made that split off to make another line of life and how things would have changed after you made that decision. But no, hard to say. Who knows? Maybe one day we'll get a chance to visit these parallel universes or go back and forth. I don't know about that. Stick with the life you got. Learn to appreciate what you have, and wins, losses, still have a good time. If you can achieve that, I think it's the most important thing. I was scared though. I must say. That swamp, I figured there would be a Thoughtseize revealing my hand and making us discard something, unfortunately. But they haven't done anything yet. It's looking like Golgari, Abzan counters. Abzan mutate. Well, that is interesting. And that is pretty fantastic. The Migratory Greathorn now having Menace and Lifelink. I like that. But ramping. That's what we want to do. Topiary Stomper will get to 5 next turn. I think I'll definitely go with the second Topiary, get to 7 lands as fast as possible, start to attack and block with those. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, that's probably going to do it for us, unfortunately. Now they have this double strike lifelink menace. Scary thing, huh? Yeah, that tends to do it. When you don't go first, and you face something nasty like that. Alright, well, you never know what you're going to face. Like I mentioned, I'm not trying to specifically hate on anything, because wildly different. Mono blue spirits to 4 or 5 color mutate. Doesn't get much different than that. Completely different, I would say. Kind of slow. Now we got Topiary, which is nice. I'll stick with it. Don't think it should be quite as bad as the previous one. Oh, 2 mulligans. It is looking good for us. I may just go Garruk's Uprising on turn 3, getting the ramp eventually from Topiary Stomper. But again, Garruk's, when it enters, if we control a creature with power 4 or greater, we still draw a card. So you can do Topiary Stomper first and then that, which is a pretty fantastic point. Very lovely. Definitely, certainly that's what I'm doing. Hoping they don't have anything that can kill it. I don't think so. Usually it's probably attached to some creature with mutate. But we'll get drawn some stuff. That's lovely. They may have Fatal Push, unfortunately, but does not seem to be the case. If they don't do something quick, we may have this 4-color mutate goodness. Feels like they want to kill somebody. Maybe brought in some removal from their sideboard. Oh no, this is just going way downhill. Wayward Swordtooth, 2 for a 5/5. We're going to draw a card. We play extra stuff. We're at 10 permanents. Oh, beautiful. Regisaur Alpha. We draw. Oh man, this is what it's all about with Garruk's Uprising. It's pretty much all over here. Oh, lovely. Hopefully they don't have a sweeper. I'm kind of scared they got something up their sleeve. Wandering Emperor, Settle the Wreckage. Hopefully it's not Settle the Wreckage, and I didn't... I was worried I might have jinxed myself. Yeah, it probably is just a bunch of creatures that have mutate. But Batara, Dark Destroyer. That's pretty fantastic art. From the Godzilla comics or something. I like that. Anguria's Armored Killer. Well, that's destroying Garruk's Uprising, unfortunately, but we've got some benefit. We really don't need all these lands. 23, just for consistency, does feel pretty good, but yeah, the duds, unfortunately. Oh, phew. We got a creature. One of the best. And haste, which is where we want to be. Boom. There we go. Okay. Do I like Everbuck Caretaker? Possibly. It seems like their mutate stuff does interact a little bit. Targeted interaction with Bataris. Snapdax. Dealing 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. So I think Hexproof might be nice if we can land this Everbuck Caretaker. And they haven't popped off too quickly. That's going to be good. Yeah, pretty much. Trim Ghalta, Everbuck. Possibly could trim maybe Giant Cindermaw. But I want to keep lots of cheap, fantastic dinos. And then just hopefully protect them with the Hollowhenge Huntmaster. Doesn't get much more straightforward than that. It seems like they don't have lots of cheap early removal, so I'm still keeping in Huntmaster and Marauding Raptor. Speaking of, could be pretty nice. Slamming down an early Giant Cindermaw. Yeah, especially if they haven't mutated too much, or if their mutate creature only has 4 or less toughness. They probably aren't going to ever trade, especially if it's their only creature that they have. So we may be able to get through a nice little bit of damage with this guy. Or Shifting Ceratops. Okay, looking good, looking good. At the very least, we have 3 lands. Well, 4 now. So we can go Cindermaw or Shifting. I imagine they'll just... Okay, that could be problematic. Faeburrow Elder, I've tried it a little bit with dinos, but Vigilance, +1/+1 for each color among permanents. Tap it to ramp for each color among permanents they control. Wow, well, that is lovely, lovely stuff right there. Can get pretty scary, but like I say, they don't have a whole lot, so we're going to keep up the aggression here. Hopefully Regisaur next turn. Unfortunately, Huntmaster doesn't reduce Everbuck Caretaker's cost. Maybe we would have had a good chance of seeing Ghalta at the moment. Ooh, well, that's taken out Shifting Ceratops. Unfortunately, this is not so good. At least he's tapped. That is a positive. So we still get a keep up the aggression a little bit. It may just be over, though, with King Caesar, Awoken Titan there, or Snapped Axe, Apex of the Hunt. They're going to be taking out Regisaur Alpha this turn. It has Vigilance. It's going to be an uphill battle. Definitely. Yeah, if we could have gotten that Avabreck Caretaker down maybe next turn, have it flipped to the Hollow Henge Huntmaster, and everybody just having hexproof. That would have helped. Oof. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah, we'll see what we draw next turn, but it's going to be difficult. Double Giant Cindermaw. Yeah, lots of stuff to maybe buy us some time against this scary creature. Maybe if it taps and we play something big next turn, if we get another land for Avabreck Caretaker. We'll see what they mutate onto this, but it may be it. Now that it has trample. Definitely going to do it. Nah, not quite fast enough. Scary stuff. I was thinking of doing rainbow dinos again. All 5 colors facilitated by Gwenna. Eyes of Gaia there, tapping for man of any color to play a creature. I think it could be pretty consistent. I'll definitely do it sometime. Of course, it's very exciting seeing all those colors come down, and the potential of playing basically anything. Paralyzed by choice sometimes. Oh, I'm liking the looks of this. Big time. We got 3 lands. We got Huntmaster and Marauding and Wayward and Shifting. That is a recipe for explosive nastiness. This is a beautiful starting hand. And maybe something other than Plaza of Heroes. Again, like I say, not a whole lot of legendary things. Although, as I mention it, we do get our 1 copy of Ghalta so far. If everything sticks around, I mean... Makes me a little bit suspicious. Play with fire to take out Huntmaster. Gonna cross our fingers that's not the case, but I think it may be. Yes. It's not. It is. Is he alive? Oh, no play with fire. Nothing for a single red or a single blue that could bounce the... Oh, there. Not feeling too good right here. This is going to be scary. Really should have probably gone... I guess I can go Wayward. Yeah, I could... nuts. Could have had Ghalta there, unfortunately. I was so excited that Huntmaster survived. I didn't expect Huntmaster to survive that. I didn't play that quite optimally. But, yeah, I would have been able to have 2 green, Ghalta, hasty. Probably would have been lights out for the opponent's chances. Play another Marauding, power up this one as much as possible, and keep up the pressure. Next turn, I mean, I think there's still a good chance we do get Ghalta. I would imagine they kill 1 Marauding, which would mean we still get to safely go Shifting or Ghalta. Either one. It's going to be nice. And again, with this straightforward list, there is a potential, even though we missed it, to see hasty Ghalta turn 3. Pretty good. You don't rely on that, but when it happens, it is devastating and nasty and absolutely beautiful. Hey, Scorching... whatchamacallit? Scorching Dragonfire. As I say, I like to play multiple Maraudings. Oh no, I want them to kill it. Because it's not bad. Especially when we get to do stuff like this and they're not living. Beautiful. Dead. They got nothing. Lights out. Ooh. We got 10 permanents. We turn on Wayward Swordtooth. We'll be attacking with Marauding, Wayward, and Ghalta. Unfortunately, Castle Embereth is red. Would have been nice to also give Shifting Haste, but this is decent as well. Got him. Would have had him a little bit sooner, which that series of events was quite fantastic. Although, seeing what deck it is it red and blue? Is it spells? Is it wizards? Whatever you want to call it. Lots of cheap stuff that can kill things. So certainly Huntmaster. I mean, we are on the draw, so we'll be a little bit slower. Very good chance that Huntmaster dies. Like I mentioned, switch these two around whenever there's a matchup. That Huntmaster probably dies pretty easily. A lot of blue stuff though, so definitely want to keep in shifting. Nothing life game related. I could see myself cutting Cindermaw. Bringing all the Carnage Tyrants. They do have some counter spells. We saw some counter spells in their graveyard here. They might be bringing in more counter spells. One Caretaker. I did like to see Ghalta. I think there could be a lower chance of seeing Ghalta, unfortunately. I'm bringing all the copies of the Caretaker. One copy of Ghalta. Definitely like the Caretaker in this matchup. We aren't just dead already, right off the bat. Hey, Isaac, how's it going? 2 Fry or Rending Volley? I know. I was hoping, I was waiting for that comment. Every deck, I know. I figured it wouldn't have been a stream if you didn't mention that fact. Putting Fries or Rending Volleys, especially Rending Volley now that we have it. I haven't tried Rending Volley quite yet. Maybe I will at some point. I like to do crazy stuff and you guys keep me honest. It's like a never-ending back and forth, a tug of war perhaps. Shifting next turn should be good though. I know, I fully expected you to say stuff like that. Definitely, hopefully Shifting is alive from something. Maybe they double up on Play with Fire. But yeah, no Besejus. I'm not caring about artifacts, enchantments, graveyards, anything like that. Interesting. I did get them to use up 2 pieces of removal, which feels pretty good, I must say. But yeah, it's full crazy time. Crazy town, this list tonight. Wacky. Yeah, keeping it fresh. Yeah, let's get that Sheltered Thicket. Thunderhurt Migration, hopefully it isn't countered, but even if it is, we still would have a Caretaker next turn. Beautiful. And not optimized, but maybe sleep deprived is next level. I've burst past the walls and barriers that you guys lovingly impose upon me, and I've achieved the ultimate level of dinos. Dinos don't care. Like the meme, Honey Badger doesn't, a stronger language word yeah, you get the idea. Okay. Averbrook Caretaker, let's go. Hopefully they don't counter it. Cross your fingers. I guess it depends how you look at it. I might do it. Yeah, something like that. But definitely, as I wouldn't maybe recommend this to most people. I'm certainly not most people. I'd play one thing all the time. I'm also going to try and push the limits and hope they don't have a counter spell. I'm not as sleep deprived as I thought I would be, though. Boom, we're at 10. What am I thinking? I'm so yes, I am sleep deprived. So sleep deprived I didn't even realize and see I was at 4 life. And definitely dead. Doesn't matter what we would have played. I had such a good time talking to you, trying to say, oh, this is the best of the best list. Well, we've taken them down already. Yeah, let's cut 3 caretakers, bring in 3 Ghaltas. At the very least, Isaac. Anybody else watching right now, later on, sideboarding is about as straightforward and quick and fast as it gets. There's no, maybe 1 Beseju, 2 fries. Kind of like the fries, but I don't like the fries. That sort of stuff. Bam, done. On to the next game. Slamming stuff. And this does look pretty good. We got Sheltered Thicket, which is always nice. Turn 1, I don't have Commune with Dinosaurs or Shaper's Sanctuary, anything like that to play. But 4 lands, Marauding and Wayward. Makes me feel pretty good. We'll see Carnage Tyrant, which has been quite fantastic. Now, hopefully there's no Fading Hope on Marauding Raptor here. I think that could be coming up. Oh, okay. All right. But yeah, eventually back to something a little bit more traditional. Possibly. I don't think games in general take super long. I've never really felt best of 3 takes that long. I can jam it in, I can hold him, or I can spare 15-20 minutes. I think at the most it takes 20 minutes. I mean, if I had to step away, I'll just concede, give the opponent a free win, unfortunately. But yeah, just jam stuff. I might try best one, but that is a coin flip, a cesspool, as some people say. If you don't go first, you probably lose. Sometimes a lot of nonsense in that. But Thunderherd, we're going to reveal Wayward Swordtooth. Going to be playing Wayward Swordtooth. Would have been nice to go Carnage Tyrant this turn, but we certainly have tons of lands. We will be at 7, so we can attack with Topiary Stomper and threaten the Ledger Shredder here, which is pretty nice, and just Carnage Tyrant next turn. They are going to have a hard time dealing with that, I think. Actually, what am I... Oh! That's odd. Hey, alright. This opponent is sleep deprived because they could have just blocked Topiary Stomper and not taken 4. Battle of the sleep deprived. Is it Wizards? Is it Pyromancer versus Dinos? We're both asleep at the wheel, I guess. Maybe they thought I could do something with Plaza of Heroes. I don't know. Either way. We got Carney T, and we're attacking with a bunch of good stuff. I think we got a decent chance here. Yeah, I would say a little bit. I've drank a lot of coffee. Went to one of my favorite fast food restaurants. Had to go out and finally get some stuff with all the snow. You may have seen. It's still crazy. It took them 2 days to just plow our street once. All the streets in town are full had to go on the highway for about half an hour to pick up some medication and other things. Yeah, it's been good. Trying to play as much as possible here and there. Oh man, I will say I kind of wish I did have a sweeper. No, that's okay. That's okay. This is how it goes sometimes. We're still not quite dead. We got Marauding, we got Topiary, plenty of lovely lands, plenty of things to block, for sure. We can use Castle Embereth to power up Carnage Tyrant and Wayward Swordtooth. Now the question is, would I want to do that? Math is for blockers, but I'm going to do a little bit of math. Hopefully my math is right, even though I am sleep deprived a bit. So we got two blockers here. All right. Ledger Shredder is 6, maybe 7. One thing has to block Wayward, and probably something blocks Carnage Tyrant. So maybe if the third paths attack Marauding, Topiary, 7. Yeah, it could be over anyways, even if they have, play with fire, targeted, damage, removal. Good chance it's still over, unfortunately. Boom. Do a wee bit more damage. Hey, it's not nothing. Unfortunately, they are at 1. And we may be done. That's got to do it. They got to have something for 1 or 2. It's going to power up everything with Balmoral. Balmor? Yes, that tends to do it. Nah, that's alright. You saw pretty early, fast Ghalta, but no. Can't get her done all the time. Yeah, that fry. That fry would have been good. Taking out that Ledger Shredder, definitely. Very nice. Especially since I don't have a lot of things with reach or a lot of flying things. But this is the list, the crazy list tonight that doesn't care. We will still get there. Yeah. Who needs Brotherhood's End? Nah. It's Brotherhood's End isn't even that good. It should be like bargain bin rare, maybe $1.50. It doesn't really do a whole lot. Same with Anger of the Gods. Sweepers like that really aren't good at all. That's a joke for anybody wondering. I'm not actually serious. I still think I want to splurge and get my playset of Brotherhood's End in paper, but seems to be sold out most places I search for. But yeah, no Brotherhood's End. No Back to Natures to destroy enchantments. Nothing. Beat soldiers in standard. Oh, I can imagine that. Definitely. That would be very, very satisfying indeed. Soldiers, Azorius soldiers in standard. Scary stuff. I've faced Azorius soldiers in Explorer. It's quite good, I think. I mean, just soldiers, lots of creatures don't or didn't really normally have access to counter spells, but now adding that blue color, scary stuff. Something black related, maybe mono black devotion. If everything goes well, we might get Marauding plus Wayward Swordtooth next turn. Hopefully. I expect to fail to push Rakdos. What is going on here? Very intriguing indeed. Would have been nice to get that third land, but we can't win them all. I imagine maybe just Marauding Raptor gets killed here, and then we would still be sitting with 1 reduction, being able to go Topiary Stomper next turn, or, I mean, if everything is still sticking around, it might be Topiary Stomper plus a Giant Cindermaw, or Regisaur Alpha if we get that third land. I'd be very surprised if everything stuck around. Yeah. The new Izzet artifact ramp deck. Oh, Might Stone, Weak Stone. Oh, Cityscape Levelers. Nasty. It costs a lot, but destroying a non-land permanent multiple times, hopefully. I was thinking of playing Topiary, but yeah, maybe. I wanted to get multiple bodies down and get Marauding Raptor's cost reduction to open up the chance for even crazier stuff the following turn. Potential for Regisaur Alpha, or potential to play the Topiary next turn plus Giant Cindermaw, maybe multiple Giant Cindermaws, but definitely this turn for sure. Definitely a forest. Now we're looking pretty good, at least. I'm not attacking with Marauding. Yes, definitely two things. I felt there was a slim chance that these things would stick around, being those colors. Wanted to take a risk. Something felt a little bit off, like this Rakdos variation, there might be a chance that Marauding and Huntmaster survive. I just had a sneaky suspicion. I'm surprised the Bone Crusher Giant didn't use Stomp on Huntmaster. They have to do something quick or else it's gonna get scary. I mean, Regisaur plus... Oh, okay, that's not happening anymore. Chandra is gonna do her -3 to take out somebody. Definitely. Something's happening, but... Yeah, Haven't really seen Tybalt's Rakish Instigator, which perhaps this opponent is running into those Celestia Angels life gain related stuff. That's why we're seeing this Tybalt. I didn't realize I had to resolve there. Sleep deprived. I'm gonna blame it on being sleep deprived. Yeah. Life gain must be a little bit more popular again for whatever reason. Who knows? Good stuff. That is what I want them to take out. Haste is nice, I guess, but it's... Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this indeed. We get the 10 permanents. Of course, Regisaur Alpha is 2-for-1. Lovely. Turning on Wayward Swordtooth and just slamming them. You know what? I want this token to pressure Chandra. Definitely. They would have to block with 2 things to stop Chandra from being killed, which is pretty fantastic. Maybe they forget that it has trample, but I like this. Nezumi, Road Captain, would take Marauding Raptor down to 1, so this Devil, when it does die, would do the final point of damage to also take out Marauding. But we have fantastic bodies. They don't have Chandra, which is big. Very, very important, I feel. I've learned my lesson in the past. Don't leave Chandra 4 alive. I've seen her ultimate one too many times. They had enough bodies to stop my aggression from the dinos, and making an emblem where whenever they cast a spell, it deals 5 damage to any target. It gets over quick. Any spell, boom, 5 to the face. This is some wacky Rakdos, that's for sure. Never would have expected Sovereign's Bite. Huh. But we got Giant Cindermaw and we got Ghalta. Hey, that's pretty fantastic too. Gotta love it. Tends to do the trick. If you leave Marauding and Huntmaster alive, bad things are going to happen. See, nothing fancy, completely fair. Play some lands, play some dinos. Don't think about it too much. Maybe this is the perfect list for a sleep-deprived Arfie, Tarzan, whatever. If you are sleep-deprived, no, try something like this. Oh, lovely, lovely damage. Especially nice with that Giant Cindermaw. Just a touch more things that have trample. don't have to worry quite as much about those chump blockers, especially if we don't see a Garruk's Uprising giving everything trample. That has been nice. Hopefully we see it at some point. But Rakdos, I think they have learned their lesson. Probably. I don't expect Huntmaster to live, but again, like I've mentioned before, that thing's going to die. Pretty much guaranteed against this deck, so switch it for Thunderherd. Straightforward. Shifting Ceratops. I like the trample. Yeah. Keep it as is. I have a sneaky suspicion maybe it's a newer player just testing out Rakdos. Maybe it's budget considerations for this Rakdos list. Understandable. Arena economy can be pretty difficult if you're playing a wide range of decks. So just putting in some cards until they get the main thing. I think we have a pretty good chance, though. Felt pretty good that first game. Some funny business, so yeah, I'm gonna keep Ghalta in. If things go south, probably bring in that Carnage Titan for game 3 if it goes to that. Fully expect Marauding Raptor to maybe not stick around. Possibly, with only Marauding still, we would get to see a very crazy early Ghalta with that Wayward Swordtooth. Marauding turn 2, Wayward Swordtooth turn 3 for 2. We're able to play 2 lands that turn, and Ghalta for the final 2. Pretty fantastic. Sitting at 10 total reduction. Wayward 5 power, Marauding 4 power. So Marauding 4 power plus 1 reduction is a total of 10. Pretty good. Pretty good. $50 mythics, yes. 1,000. Yeah, nobody's hurting for uncommons. I do like the golden packs. I think that was quite nice. There's going to be golden packs, I would imagine, when Lost Caverns of Ixalan releases in basically a year's time. Hard to say. I don't think they've said the actual release date for it. But yeah, it is difficult for the 99% of people. I imagine 99% of people don't do what I do here. I hope that people can find, enough decks that they enjoy thoroughly, where they can focus and play them. If a deck has a solid game plan, usually it can get quite high, or it should do well enough. If you practice against the matchups, maybe not do something quite as crazy as Don't Care Sideboard, like I'm using tonight, you can still do good. Oh yeah. There are some pretty cool mythic rare lands. The dual-faced ones, Shatter Skull, Smashing, of course, which you often recommend. Isaac, Turn Timber Symbiosis, I think it's called. But I think it's going to get better. Maybe with the next few sets, when they keep having these golden packs, people are going to be more enthusiastic about the state of the economy. It's going to be crazy when I buy so many packs of Lost Caverns. Oh my goodness. You know what? I'm going to go Thunderherd Migration. I like going Thunderherd Migration, getting to 4 lands on turn 3. When I have Marauding Raptor plus another Dino that costs 3, I can go Marauding for 2, and then that Dino for 2. Still use up all available mana. Ramp safely in the face of probably removal that the opponent may have had. Played a little bit safe. If they were completely tapped out, I might have taken a chance there. Hey, Darth Adder, how's it going? I saw your comment there a little bit ago on the stream, but things are doing good. Ronus the Indomitable, I think it is quite fantastic. I actually like God Eternal Ronus, doubling the power of each creature we control when it enters. But Ronus the Indomitable, lovely. It's 5 power, so I think it works pretty good with Gwenna, Eyes of Gaia. But a couple copies would be a fantastic thing in a Dino list for sure. It does the trick with mono green, or maybe mono green Stompy. Don't really see Ronus the Indomitable and mono green Devotion. I don't think I've ever seen Ronus in mono green Devotion. Come to think of it. Yeah. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. They got shenanigans up their sleeve. I feel there could be a stomp from Bone Crusher Giant, so we'll let this through. Funny business. I do have the full playset, I think, of Ronus. Yeah. Can't hurt slapping a couple copies into the list, giving trample to something, but Garruk's Uprising here that I'm using tonight does give everybody trample, which I think is the biggest thing for Ronus. Of course, sinking basically all available mana to make stuff more powerful is a lovely thing. It's lovely to have a later game sink for all your mana, I must say. Boom. Look at all this card draw. It is fun. You can have multiple copies of Garruk's. You can do fantastic things like that. I feel like pressuring Tibalt. Nah, I don't really care about Tibalt. We're just going to go aggressive. We got tons of lands. Next turn, I mean, if Marauding's still sticking around, Regisaur and Shifting, possibly. Double Shifting. It's going to be good. Explosive. You see the lovely stuff that happened with one Garruk's. We could have 2. Beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle. Definitely nice not having to sink a green into Shifting to give it trample. Sometimes that has been a little problematic. Now the question is, one shifting. Probably have enough lands. You know what? I'm gonna go with that land. Crazy. Hope we draw another land next turn. Oh, they're going all out. Maybe they have a sweeper for 3 damage. You know what? We're just gonna go another Garruk's. I like it. Hope we draw land, of course. Ooh. Oh, what? Hey. Who doesn't love this? 2 for a 5/5, draw 2 cards. Boom. Decent. That was good. Yeah, just keep swinging. I'm not worried about their aggression. We definitely have much better aggression than them. But yeah, Kiora, of course, I did mention I have a single copy. I might increase it to... do I want to take 4? Nah. Tough, for sure. Oh, yeah, I know. I think there is a conspiracy. My favorite conspiracy. Look at the art of Garruk's Uprising right there. It's all dinos. Garruk's, I think, will make an appearance. Lost Caverns of Ixalan, maybe Muraganda, the prehistoric setting with lots of dinos, different from Ixalan. But if that's not a tell to use Garruk's Uprising in a dinosaur list, just the art alone, I don't know what is. But yeah, lots of dinos with 4 power. Giant Cindermaw now, fantastic addition, which I haven't really tried it in the past. Just the fact yet, since Giant Cindermaw has been released, or since it came out in Brothers War, I get Brotherhood's End mixed up with that, but the Brothers War, haven't really tried this additional fantastic dino at 4 power. So I think we may have reached a critical mass, perhaps. We will see. Oh, it's got to be something up here. Ah, that is pretty good. Back to back to back stuff. Well, a little bit rough. Sometimes nothing you can do, unfortunately. They have enough burn. Certainly if we had taken 4 from the thing, maybe it would have been better. They wouldn't have drawn all that. Yeah. Either way, pretty good. Very interesting Rakdos burn, it seems. I've never faced this particular variation of Rakdos. Yeah. Garruk's is pretty good. It's actually sitting at about $2 or $3 US, which is pretty good for an uncommon. Maybe it's because of Commander, perhaps. Hard to say. I would imagine it's because of Commander. Probably. But yeah, if you can make use of that clause 4 power, Regisaur Alpha, Topiary Stomper, the Wayward Swordtooth, of course, getting trample on Wayward Swordtooth, and it coming down cheaply, and with Garruk's you're drawing a lot of extra stuff. Sometimes it's going to be extra lands, so Wayward naturally pairs with that, being able to play those extra lands and continually play extra things. 1 copy of the Great Henge, though, probably would be good. I could see that. Maybe 2 copies. But, yeah, maybe I should do that. Definitely nice with Wayward Swordtooth having so much power coming down cheap. Wayward Swordtooth on turn 3. Maybe we're sitting on 4 mana on turn 4. Being able to play the Great Henge for 4 and tap it, play some other stuff. Should try with the Great Henge again. I've got the full playset. I've had the full playset of the Henge pretty much since Throne of Eldraine was released. I don't see myself getting a playset or maybe even 1 copy anytime soon, since it is so expensive. I don't know. One day I might splurge. We'll see. We'll see. But I think it's still sitting at $40, $50 US. Yeah, kind of like this. Bunch of lands. A little bit slow, but it certainly could have been quite a bit worse. I like seeing both Sheltered Thickets. If we don't have a turn 2 play, it's nice to just get those things down and not worry about it. Oh, so expensive. I would like a playset extended art non-foil Great Henge. Ugh. Thoughtseize. We had to see Thoughtseize at least once or twice in a night. But yeah, extended art non-foil Great Henge. That's the dream for me, at least. Interesting, they took out Regisaur Alpha. They're scared. Imagine maybe they have some pretty cheap removal for Giant Cindermaw. Now see, this is the fantastic thing. You don't have to play Garruk's and play a thing, because Garruk's has that enter the battlefield effect. If you control a creature with power 4 or greater, you draw a card when you play Garruk's as well, so it has an immediate effect. You draw a card, it gives everybody trample with its static ability. It's just lovely. Something like Garruk's having that immediate impact on the board, very, very nice compared to Kiora. If I drew Kiora and played it, nothing is happening. Possibly late game, you know, maybe I draw Garruk's, I have plenty of lands or mana left over to play whatever Garruk's draws, and very, very nice. But yeah, it's got to be some funny business up with this art. Hopefully Garruk is on Ixalan with this, or it's foreshadowing Muraganda. I always thought that it's foreshadowing a visit to Muraganda to get a ton of fantastic dinos. Unfortunately, well, I mean, it is pretty good. Skewer the Critics for 3 to take out the Cindermaw is not bad. If they don't get rid of Regisaur, it's going to be good next turn. at the very least, we're going to draw a card. So hopefully it's another body. We're getting rid of Regisaur, unfortunately. Nuts. That's too bad. Oh yes, Kiora's the untapping. Definitely. Very nice for sure. Of course with Gwenna or Nykthos, the classic pairing. You know, sometimes you just draw all lands, unfortunately. But I like you can have multiple Garruks. Yeah, I think I'll go up two Kioras maybe. I've just never really tried Garruks as much as I wanted. Maybe, you know, the times I did try it, things didn't quite work out. And then I felt, I don't want to do this. But it has been good so far. We might be able to get Ghalta next turn. If they don't take out Wayward, boom. There she is. Yeah, Death Gorge, you mentioned. Has been good. Life gain and graveyard hate on a Dino has been pretty decent, but sometimes it feels like instant speed graveyard interaction really just is what's needed. And the interaction that Death Gorge Scavenger brings is a little bit too slow, unfortunately. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. I'm liking our chances here. Soul Guide Lantern, Unlicensed Hearse, some of the best graveyard hate, repeatable, instant speed. If you worry that they have some removal for a creature, of course you can just never make it a creature. Fatal Push, of course, could easily take out that thing. Oops. Not sure why they said oops. Odd. If they don't do something to someone, they're just dead. Oh, yeah, just Regisaur. Let's go see if we draw land. Oh, Marauding. That will do. That will do. Boom. Look at that, folks. Got her done against some form of Rakdos. I like it. Oh, it's crazy. Crazy for sure. But definitely, Kiora has to be... Some number of Kiora has to be in the mix. I think probably with any Dino list, whether I'm using lots of 4-power things or not. But, yeah. I don't think I should ever leave home without Kiora, Regisaur Alpha, and Topiary Stomper, Wayward. Even if I'm not using Wayward, still pretty good. Maybe Rampaging Frostodon has 3 power. I wouldn't draw a card, but usually there should be enough things that, with the potential for Kiora's ramping and drawing, very good. Maybe, you know, I don't need the trample from Garruk, so definitely Kiora, Behemoth, Beckoner would be probably better. I don't think I'd ever go 4 Garruks and 4 Kiora. Maybe just Kiora, of course, because you can't have multiples. This hand, though, could be a lot better. I can work with that. Yeah. I think I'll send 1 Regisaur. I might risk it. Might get a little bit greedy. I'm on the draw, so we have slightly increased chances to see lands. Let's see what happens. Oh boy. Oh phew. Okay. At least we got that next land. If Wayward sticks around, we will be able to play an extra one on turn 3. Then hopefully see that 5th one. Oh. Yes, definitely. And I do love Llanowar Elves. I will always say that. Fantastic. Yes, definitely. I can agree with that. I like to take risks, though. Maybe I should try out a list with this that involves elves. Oh, we got Transmogrify. coming down next turn. They're going to get something wacky, nasty. It's going to be bad. Cross your fingers we don't see Transmogrify this turn, but yeah, scary stuff. Land Transmogrify. Oh, not quite yet. I like it. But next turn I think is probably going to be Transmogrify. They got 4, so they are at that break point, and we got 5 lands, so I mean, if we don't see Transmogrify, Regisaur next turn is going to be good. But I don't have high hopes. Titan of Industry. Something bad. Maybe they don't have Transmogrify. They would have used it already if they had it. That's the thing. So that's pretty nice. We got a chance here. Okay. We have some time. Oh, this is a good turn of events. We'll be as aggressive as humanly possible and cross our fingers that, well, they just never draw it. Of course, Fable of the Mirror Breaker, they can send 2 cards to the graveyard, getting closer to that Transmogrify, unless they did just draw it here. Kiora? Oh, Chandra to take out Regisaur. Not too bad. 5, 6, 7, 8. If we draw a land next turn, we might get to 10 permanents for Wayward Swordtooth. Oh, beautiful. I like that. Oh, definitely. Hopefully it works out for you. But yeah, basic, straightforward, good stuff. Looks like they're scared of Regisaur Alpha. Of course, I'm going to take out Chandra. Don't have to worry about that, I hope. Maybe they could take out the 1 token that we're sending towards her. Hopefully that's not the case. A little bit worried. They have the potential of 2 mana with that monk plus the treasure token. Oh, I think they're eyeing up that token that is staring down Torch of Defiance. Yeah, there's something... nuts. I jinxed myself. Fire Prophecy, a classic thing with a Transmogrify list. Lovely. Doing some damage, maybe putting a card they have from their hand and digging a little bit. It's all about digging and seeing that Transmogrify. But yeah, there's something about a list that is just super simple. Simple sideboard, slam, so many overwhelming bodies that hopefully the opponent runs out of gas. That's partly why I like this list. If it's a lot of targeted removal, chances are they may not have enough to deal with this constant onslaught, the potential drawing and slamming lovely bodies, ramping, possibly stable ramping with Topiary, Wayward, Thunderherd Migration. Does feel like a lovely package. That's not so lovely, but I mean, we're dodging that Transmogrify. I hope. Phew. Yeah, a sweeper again would be nice. Brotherhood's End, Isaac. I mean, I am shedding tears in this very moment because we would have taken out Chandra and Reflection of Creepy Jiki. It would have been good, but things seem to have slipped away from us, unfortunately. Don't need all these lands that we have. But again, we want to be pretty consistent. 23, which still is pretty crazy for most people. We're not going to be busting through this. Try and pressure her, at least a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, Brotherhood's End. Would have been an end to their chances. Would have taken out Giant Cindermaw and the token, so I mean, it's kind of nice. There's quite a few things at 3 toughness, a decent amount of things at 3 toughness, that I don't have to worry about a sweeper like that taken out. I can just slam some stuff. Maybe down the line bringing in a bit of single target interaction, perhaps. Primal Might, one of my all-time favorites. Definitely. Man, that thing's lovely. X and a green. Sink all available mana, or I mean as much as it makes sense to do so, and yeah, just go to town, make something as big as possible, something with trample, take out whatever, and then still swing and still get through a ton of damage, likely. That thing you targeted is still probably going to be pretty healthy. Maybe 6. Say you sink 6 into Giant Cindermaw, giving it +6/+6, making it a 10/9. Fight something with 2 or 3 power. It's still a very scary body indeed. Yeah, I think if I had to choose Primal Might, that would be it. Well, another Giant Cindermaw. I mean, it's something. We'll still just keep swinging and hopefully keep things down. Keeping up the aggression definitely feels like where it's at. Asuka's Chariot would be nice if we took it out at some point. We'll take out the little kitty plus that goblin token that they made, or somebody. We're taking out stuff. We don't have a sweeper, so we gotta keep the bodies down. I like this. And you saw, I mean, Sheltered Thicket, late game, bam. For 2, well, we certainly don't need more lands at this point. It got us that Giant Cindermaw, which was pretty fantastic. We're getting there. Oh, they got Transmogrify. Well, we lasted that long. Couldn't quite get her done. We did have some fun, though. Well, they don't have a lot of... Well, actually, they do have quite a bit of early interaction that we're going to have to watch out for if, I mean, we get lucky like we did there. Lasting so long before we saw it. Voltage Surge, Fire Prophecy, Abrade. A lot of stuff to take out a lot of our early stuff. I think there's a good chance Huntmaster kicks the can easily. Switch it for Thunderhood Migration. Boom. Simple. Avabruck Caretaker, kind of eyeing that up. I like the hexproof. Don't have to worry about things getting targeted once it does flip to Hollow Henge Huntmaster there. I feel like there's a pretty low chance we would get to Ghalta with a lot of their nasty early interaction. Taking out Regisaur Alpha pretty easily with that Voltage Surge for 1 red, sacrifice an artifact, deal 4 damage to this thing. A lot of things could be kicking the can, unfortunately. But it kind of makes me feel like Ripjaw might be nice with a lot of their damage-based interaction. Let's do Ripjaw instead of Shifting. Carnage Giant. Yeah, I'll leave it like that. I was thinking Giant Cindermaw potentially, but I still want a lot of cheap early bodies if things stick around. Marauding and other stuff, there's a good potential to explode and get lots of value from Garruks with, speaking of, I'll keep it. Not as fast as it could be, but decent enough. We got 3 lands. We got some stuff for 3. Good enough, I say. See if it feels safe to go Giant Cindermaw. Of course, if they have some mana up and maybe we feel they're holding it back, They want to kill whatever we play. Just go Garruks safely. Don't have to worry about things too much. You know what? Let's go with Garruks. Cindermaw could have been nice, but let's get this down. I feel like somebody was going to die from something. Imagine they don't have a whole lot of ways to deal with enchantments, so Garruks should be pretty safe. We'll play the safest thing with Wayward Swordtooth being 5 toughness. They might have to double up on removal for that thing. Well, it's not a land, unfortunately. Next turn, though, Topiary Stomper, that will get us a land. Hopefully we draw a land for the turn, and we just ramp quite nicely. Unfortunately, it could be Transmogrify next turn. They got 4, plus some tokens, sacrificing things. We may be done for, but if it was anything other than Transmogrify, I would be feeling pretty good right about now. Land. Ooh, that's not a land. Nuts. You just never know. Yeah, if you have a bunch of lands, maybe you draw them, maybe you don't. Variance. It happens to everybody. Definitely, we got to get a land next turn. No Transmogrify. Crossing the fingers. Oh. Yeah, I wouldn't have expected to get as lucky as we got that first game. I should have looked how many cards they had left in their library. I think they probably went through close to half. Ugh. Kind of rough. Hopefully we see that 5th land next turn. Darn. Gotta be Topiary Stomper for sure. Hopefully they don't have another Transmogrify. Maybe we get to 6 next turn. We go Averbuck Caretaker. Oh yes, definitely. I don't think Commune with Dinosaurs has a place maybe in some dino lists, ones that include Llanowar Elves, lots of Kiora, Bone Crusher Giant. Some people love Bone Crusher Giant. It is a fantastic card, but stuff with Bone Crusher, maybe a little bit of Questing Beast. List that might be closer to a traditional Gruul mid-range or aggro. I don't think Commune is quite right. Ugh, nuts. Darn. And they have 10 permanents. That is not a pretty sight. But yeah, I think Commune definitely would have a place in this list. There's enough dinos to really support it. Ripjaw? Yeah, no. I could see Ripjaw getting taken out, for sure. Commune with Dinosaurs, always good. Any point in the game, early, late, you're digging for something nice. It is lovely. And with Garruks, like I mentioned, certainly it doesn't always provide value. Garruks, I feel like there's enough draw. Sometimes Ripjaw just won't ever draw. So yeah, I do feel like, and I mentioned at the start of tonight, maybe I'll look at cutting Ripjaw, but I'll leave it as is. Ripjaw Raptor might work out for some people if you're facing lots of aggressive stuff, mono-white humans. Definitely, I can imagine Ripjaw Raptor being a pretty good deterrent, a pretty scary thing definitely for humans. Yeah. I think if I didn't use Garruks, I would want some increased chances of draw, for sure. Maybe a little bit more ramp. Hard to say, but I think this is a fantastic starting point. Of course, there's many other variations to peruse and browse, compare. That's what I love about this. Doing this one thing for so long, you can see, oh, this kind of works with this, but when Tarzan faced this, it didn't quite work, but it worked another time. You can go down a rabbit hole. Definitely, if you like dinos, there's certainly enough stuff. I think I'll see how cutting Ripjaw feels. Not entirely sure what I would replace it with. This hand, though, definitely looks good. 3 lands, Huntmaster, Topiary Stomper, plenty. of amazing ramp. Maybe commune in the sideboard instead of Ripjaw. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep that in mind. Oh, is that the right one? Yeah, that was the right one. Okay, showing up. Yeah. Commune always doing good stuff. Grabbing that land, grabbing that heavy hitter, grabbing a creature. If I've drawn a bunch of lands, I really just want a body to play. And yeah, definitely Topiary Stomper. Let's get to 4 lands. Keep the hope of Regisaur Alpha next turn alive. Would be pretty darn good. Battlefields, Battlefront Mammoth, something, the Mammoth from Kaldheim that you can foretell whenever a permanent you control is the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, you draw a card. So it could be pretty nice. I might just keep it something Dino related. Of course, I've got Marauding plus Otepec Huntmaster, so I do like to maximize the benefit of the cost reduction for sure. Yeah. If it drew a card from enter the battlefield, plus, yeah, if you tapped it or you tacked that on as well. Yeah. Huntmaster, Topiary. It's going to be an uphill battle. Regisaur Alpha to trade with Questing Beast. Actually, Huntmaster plus Shifting. Use Shifting to trade with the Questing Beast, I hope. Hopefully we get some more Enraged stuff. Maybe some more card draw Dino coming up with Lost Caverns. Hopefully it's not Embercleave coming down. And down go our chances. Questing Beast does have Death Touch, so with Death Touch and Trample, they only have to assign 1 damage to a creature that's blocking that creature, because 1 damage is lethal with Death Touch and the rest go through and you lose. You die, unfortunately. Yeah. Commune instead of Ripjaw. Hey, I think that is pretty fantastic for sure. It is tough. I've started to see Embercleave a little bit more. Beseju is not that good. Bargain Bin land is basically as good as a forest. I don't know why so many people use Beseju. It should be at most $5 instead of $50. Completely overpriced, overrated. Just not that good. Not that good. Yeah. Worse than terrible. Absolutely terrible. But we got a Ripjaw Raptor against this. Seems pretty good. Yeah. Certainly nice blocking Questing Beast with Ripjaw Raptor. I've always loved whenever that happens, if they would even decide to attack into that. Cindermaw. Alrighty. Thrashing Brontodon, yeah. I love Thrashing Brontodon. If Thrashing Brontodon was a 4/4, unfortunately Thrashing being a 3/4. But yeah, if Thrashing Brontodon was a 4/4 instant auto include with this list. I'm going to be greedy and risk it. Oh boy. Crazy person right here. But yeah, worst case scenario, Thrashing Brontodon. I think it's pretty good. It's a 3/4. If you don't need to use it, hey, you got a good body. If somebody is not smart and targets Thrashing Brontodon with removal and there's something you can take out, of course you just sacrifice it and don't really have to worry after that. It's pretty good. Maybe. Hard to say. They'll definitely bring back Enrage, slap it on a little bit. Maybe some of the dinos will be extra powerful just because we're only visiting Ixalan once. So I could feel like they just have the power level pretty high for just specific dinos. Yeah, you know what? I'll take the ping, play another Wayward, hopefully draw a land. Nuts. Hopefully we're still alive. Yes, no, definitely free to have one of. Hey, Isaac, you said Beseju, and there it is. But definitely. Never hurts to always just have one. Never be sad. Looks like they have Embercleave though. Yeah, that tends to do it. Not quite fast enough. They barfed lots of little guys and Lovestruck Beast. Unfortunately. Yeah. It is a tall tree. Yes, indeed. It's a tall order to persevere through a lovely onslaught like that. I mean, like I say, completely wide range. I'm surprised we haven't seen at least one monogreen devotion yet, but this is a trend. Maybe in Platinum it's such a wide range, but I think in Mythic as well, especially because you can't fall out of Mythic. When people get to it, they try all kinds of wacky stuff. Maybe not once you get to numbered Mythic, people start to play a little bit more seriously. You only see very specific stuff perhaps. But I think for the most part, crazy. Especially Diamond, I think is maybe the most focused for sure, just because people want to get into Mythic, and once they do get there, they breeze quite a bit easier. Definitely interesting. I think we'll get at least a couple big heavy hitter dinos in this new Ixalan set. Oh, mulliganing twice. I like our chances here. Oh, this, if they don't do something, this is turn 3 hasty Ghalta. Let's go, cross the fingers. Oh boy. Oh, we did it, folks. I'm glad some of you guys are around for this, because it just happened. It did not happen. What did I do? I goofed up. I'm sorry. I goofed up. I should have played the mountain first, marauding with the mountain. We could have seen it. I'm very sad. But we'll see it. We'll see Ghalta next turn. Darn. We almost had it there. Sleep deprived Isaac. Again, that's what I'll say. But mono green doesn't interact too much. That's where it's at. Now, oh shoot. Darn, we're sitting at 9 permanents. Yes, turn 3 hasty Ghalta potential. Normally you wouldn't want to play the extra copy, but we want to get to 10 permanents for a split second. Wayward Swordtooth turned on right there. Boom, done. Beautiful. Need me to watch him? Let's see. Might have to go in a second here. But yeah, it was it's pretty nice. Mono green devotion. We're facing it finally. Once again. Let me see. And pretty much go as fast as possible. I'll keep it as is, but hopefully this continues to go fast. Yeah, just the fact this list turn 3 Ghalta, hasty, pretty good, even though it is magical Christmas land. It does not happen often. Oh, we saw 2 mulligans. Very nice again. Things are looking pretty positive, I must say. Yeah, definitely. Definitely, I see that. Diamond for sure. 100%. People might think, oh, Mythic has the most because it's the highest. But no, you can't fall out of Mythic, so lots of wackiness. Definitely Diamond has been the scariest in my experience. Hopefully Huntmaster sticks around again. Mono Green Devotion doesn't really interact whatsoever, and they're not doing a whole lot. We've got Storm the Festival coming down next turn, I believe. Pretty sure. Either way. Wayward Swordtooth, Giant Cindermaw, Hasty Ghalta next turn is going to be pretty good. Hopefully it's enough to get her done. Sometimes that's not the case, but the fact they mulliganed. Platinum? Yeah. I must agree with that. I was on a pretty bad losing streak a little bit ago. I even faced a bronze. That was crazy. Maybe it was the time of day I was playing. Super early in the morning. Yeah. You just never know. Sometimes. Hopefully this is fast enough. I'm just glad they didn't play... or did they play Storm the Festival? Yeah. No, they played Storm the Festival. Stone Brain. Maybe they're thinking of using Stone Brain to rip Ghalta out. Odd. Well, that's where it's at. Boom. Hasty. Let's just do it. Now the question is, Ghalta to the face, Karn. I don't like Karn. Let's just take him out. Oh, they melded the storm. Oh, okay. I was looking at the chat here. I didn't see. Yeah, no, that makes sense. Nice that we don't have to worry about it. I guess they'll be going Stone Brain. I mean, if they search for Ghalta, we already have one copy of her, so that's not too bad. They don't have any way to get rid of her. I mean, if that's what you want to name, fine by me. Yes, definitely no ensnaring bridge. Alrighty. Maximum aggression gets her done. I don't really care who blocks what. Math is for blockers. Eventually gets her done. I don't see him doing a whole lot to recover from this. At most, they would have 7 next turn. They can't play a Storm the Festival. Oh, they can play. Okay. Here it is. Boom. Did we do it? I think maybe. Yes. Oh, that was good stuff. Fantastic nightcap. I will have to leave it there for tonight. Go look after my son. My wife's falling asleep. But another W. Some hits, some misses. You never know, especially when you do a crazy list like this. No Beseju, no Fry. Sometimes you can still get them done. Give him Brandy and come back. Maybe I could just hold him. Sometimes he started to sleep in my arms, so perhaps, in the future I could play a little bit longer. But yes, a very good place to end for sure. It was fun. Yeah, hopefully I can do this a little bit sooner than I have in the past, but thanks for watching. Now, later on, anybody watching right now or later on, remember, there's always room for improvement, always room for playing some crazy stuff. You just never know. Have a good one, and peace. See you later.